that I have up my sleeve. But what I'm learning is that, I mean, I've been writing about Snowden for years, obviously, since back in 2013. And I've been writing about surveillance and what these guys are up to. I mean, I was writing about FBI in 2012, and about Manning and aspects of WikiLeaks in late 2011.
Wow, yeah.
But what I'm reading and learning now is more significant than anything I ever wrote about before, ever knew about before. And it, for me, this, and actually there are some great quotes from me in an article that Elizabeth did about the significance of the series, of the Decipher series. But for me, I'm learning that we have not even scratched the surface of the Snowden documents. People talk about it as if it's like we're post-Snowden now, it's all done and dusted, that's all in the past, his leaks are in the past, we've learned everything there is to learn. And what we're proving with this series is that we have not even scraped the surface. The wealth of information in there left to learn is unquantifiable. And I think that what I'm learning from having Elizabeth on board is that what I see in the documents, what my interpretations of the significance of them, are completely different from what other people's are. So when you put different eyes on the same document, you get different insights. Yeah. So already tonight we had Elizabeth is like putting dots together that I had just simply hadn't seen it that way. So I think the more people that we have go over these documents and draw conclusions from them, the richer the understanding will be that we gain from them.
Absolutely. And I mean, likewise for me, like I said earlier, you're teaching me so much about what these topics are talking about, like just understanding the document. So I'm learning a huge amount every single time we stream one of these Decipher segments. And I think one of the things you had said to me as far as like giving a general, like to Roland, giving a general overview of what we're doing here is we're turning a mirror on these agencies that have been watching our lives and understanding our thought process, like we were just talking about, and then we're watching their thought process and their development. And so yeah, I think Susie had said that to me after one of our streams earlier, is it's literally just turning a mirror on them and what they've done to us. So
for me, it's like trying to look in on the other side. It's like they were peering at me. Like I used to be so indignant because there's just like, I mean, you think about like, oh, well, like walking around your house naked or whatever, and people watching. You don't think about like trying to explain to your daughter about the birds and bees and having some government agent watching you do that. Like it's, for me, it was like, as a parent, I was having these like really key life experiences, which are part of parenting, and knowing that I was being heard and watched through those. And it felt like it was actually robbing me. It was like robbing me of like the sanctity of these experiences. These are like trying to build relationships with my children, with people watching. It's like, I'm actually going to cry now because it's so like, it really hurt. It really hurt. It's like, it's one thing to strip you of your physical privacy, but it's another to strip you of your relationship privacy. And it actually does it completely alters and changes the way that you interact with people when you don't have that most basic level of privacy available to you. Is so incredibly damaging. And they think that their surveillance is passive, but it's not, because what they weren't looking at me in my natural state. They were looking at me as a result of their surveillance. Yeah. They were seeing the lab rat, in the cage that knew it was in a cage, that knew it was in a lab. And so that, and in doing so, it was like they were robbing me of these pieces of my life, these pieces where I would have been following my life's natural course, but instead I wasn't. I was just the walking product of what they were doing to me. And so what I'm doing and all the learning and all the absorbing of information is I'm trying to find out what they're doing from their side, what it looks like from their side. I don't actually care what their judgments of me are, because I know that they lie about these things. I know that they tell lies to self-justify the reasons that they're targeting people. But what I wanted to know is how. Yeah. How are they targeting people? How are they processing the information that they get? what is it that they're actually doing? And these are the questions that I've been able to answer by studying these topics, or begin to answer. I still don't have a comprehensive understanding of it, but I'm learning more and more and more every day.
Definitely.
And I feel like in studying this and in learning this, it's like taking some of the power back.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know if we said it on stream, but we've talked about that. This is literally an empowering activity to do, that this is a process of empowerment.